What's up everybody and welcome back to an Idiot's Road to Glory episode number 72, where the first thing we are doing is selling some stuff. Now, you guys are always banging on at me to keep my team, play all my FUT champs and everything like that, but I'll be honest with you, I haven't been playing on the Road to Glory account as much as I had at the start of the game. I did reply to someone in the comment section, like someone said that they love at the start of the year that I just like upload it every day and I'm doing ridiculous amounts of stuff, and then it sort of tails off and they don't really like that, and I can understand where they come from, but at the same time, like it's like with anything, isn't it, where you get a new game and you play it literally non-stop every week in minutes for like the first week that you get it, and then you slowly gear down in how much you actually play. It's kind of like that with FIFA, and after a little break after Christmas, and I'm going away in January and stuff like that, we'll probably come back, Team of the Year will be able to be smashing it again, but it's just in the little Christmassy down period at the moment where you can see anyway we're actually selling stuff. So in terms of grinding 30 games of FUT champs, maybe we will this week. It's a very, very strong maybe. We'll come on to that in future videos. Today, in this one, all we're going to be doing is selling our stuff. Gareth Bale, 132 games, 109 games, 52 assists. We bought him for 370k, and it pains me to do it, but we're going to sell him. The reason we're selling him is because this is actually from quite a while ago now. Him and the MESSI were both still out of packs. Gareth Bale in particular went up, like as you guys just seen, about 50k. He's currently gone back down to what I bought him for, so we basically just made 50k by selling him, and if we want to buy him back, we can buy him back. But that's why we got rid of him, basically just because he was just free coins essentially. People were building the teams to be going into FUT champs, and he wasn't in packs, so he wasn't coming out of FUT champs rewards, so he went up an absolute crap load, and we just cashed in. He's back down, he's back in packs. And it's very, very simple. People do that all of the time. MESSI as well, by the way. Look how ridiculous his record for me was. He is unreal on this game. He is so good. And you can see Gareth Bale sold straight away. 425,000 coins. MESSI has got over 1 goal contribution per game from playing right attacking mid and centre attacking mid, which is just ridiculous. He does cost a mil. But even still, he's insane. We did actually lose coins on this guy, unfortunately. Mostly just, he did go up in price, like we're selling for like 945k, but when you take off the EA tax, the coins that you get extra for selling for like 25k more doesn't actually cover the tax, which is a bit annoying. But we got to try out MESSI, which was really, really fun, and you can see now they've got 1.6 mil. We actually had 1.9 million coins we got to, and I went nuts and started buying stuff. You can already see my trade pile is full. I bought a crap load of Kolarovs and Benders and stuff like that. And we're going to buy a crap load of Falcao. So actually, because I then ended up selling some stuff, like we're going to go through it all. We're going to show you guys everything that went on, what we bought, how much we then sold it on for, what FUTMAS SBCs we've done, all of that sort of stuff. Basically ended up spending 2 mil on investments, and we're going to have to wait and see how many coins we actually get back in total from that. It should be profits, you guys will see. But basically, we just went absolutely to town. I was going to pick up loads and loads and loads, like 84s, 85s, 86s, 87s, but Flair recommended me to pick up blues. Now, every other time that I've done my own investing, if I'd have done what Flair said instead, I would have made like 3 times as many coins. This time, if I'd have done what I was going to do myself originally, I would have made 3 times as many coins, which is incredibly annoying. It's just my luck though, innit, really. Like, the other 3 or 4 times, I've kind of got it right, but if I'd done what Flair had done, I'd have made way more coins. And then the one time Flair gets it wrong is the time that I decide to go with what he said. He said buy loads of these Champions League blue cards. It wasn't to be. I mean, you'll see in a sec, we did actually make coins on some of them, but like not mad profits. Like, some of them just about making the tax back, some of them making a few thousand coins after tax, some of them making a fair little whack, to be honest with you, like 20-30%, but most of them we're a bit hit and miss, and if we'd have just bought a crap load of, say, Iniesta or something like that, I'd have made a fortune. But never mind, you live and you learn, I suppose. There is the Iniestas that we were buying. Like, we picked them up for 23,000 coins. We picked Iniesta up for. This makes me sad. Having in like time to me, sold these pretty recently to me. Like, this video covers quite a lot of time because I haven't been uploading these videos as regularly as I usually do, or like did at the start, and we touched on that with regards to me just bit of FIFA burnout, I suppose, and not being here. Like, I would genuinely like get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 in the morning on a Thursday to snipe people's Div Rival rewards and stuff like that. It's actually ridiculous how much I was like properly into and obsessed with FIFA, and I do still absolutely love it. but just not quite to that crazy degree at the moment with it being Christmas and stuff like that. So Evan, as we buy pages and pages of Brahimis and Kokes and stuff like that, and Sauls, I think we grab loads of Diego Costas and all that sort of stuff. I haven't been uploading them as much, but I've also noticed that the views per episode are up quite a lot. Now, being a YouTuber, obviously, it's nice to get views. Like, that doesn't bother me too much. This channel is kind of just like a passion project, and it's just like my main channel is obviously like my actual job. This one's just because I quite like doing the Road to Glory, and I'm basically just a massive nerd, essentially. So the views per episode don't actually bother me that. Like, the views don't really bother me that much at all, to be honest with you. Like, it's a nice little indicator. If I'm constantly uploading, like, if I upload one video and it gets 60k views, and I upload another one and it gets 25k, and then I upload one and it gets 60, and then one that gets 20. Like, I know not to make more of the 25k ones because you guys don't really care. But at the same time, if I'm enjoying making the 25k one, I'm just going to do it anyway. Like, it doesn't actually bother me that much. But anyway, what I'm getting at basically is, views aside, it doesn't really matter about how many views there's. But what I have noticed is that the views have gone up per episode quite a lot. And what that maybe indicates to me is that you guys have got a little bit of FIFA burnout as well. As you can see, we're down to 250k coins. We did eventually spend them, and we also sold some stuff and spent the coins from that as well. So we were going a bit crazy with the investing. But yeah, what it indicates to me is that there is maybe like 60. So usually on these videos you get like 40,000 views, 50,000 views, but they started getting like 60 or 70k, and it's maybe shown me that there is a lot more of you guys who want to watch these types of videos, but maybe don't want to watch one a day for half an hour every single day. And maybe it would be a bit better to just release them every other day or something like that, and then there's less pressure on me to find content when there isn't maybe always content to do and upload these videos. And there's more time for you guys to watch them and stay up to date with the series, and maybe you guys will enjoy it more if you're not like missing stuff and always seeing everything that's going on. So anyway, one of the first things I did with the FUTMAS SBCs was do this Zachariah, because he was an absolute bargain. And the man's a machine. His stats are crazy. Like, he's ridiculously good. He's basically, if you slap a backbone on him, one of the best CDMs on this game, which is pretty nuts. Like, obviously excluding like icons and stuff like that, but you compare him to like Firmino or Kante or people like that, ridiculously good. He gets like 90 physical, 90 strength, 90 defending, 90 passing. He's got decent pace. He's actually really, really solid. So I picked him up. He only cost like 20k or something like that. So I thought that was an absolute bargain. And we grabbed to hold him, and it didn't really cost me too many coins, like I said, to do. I had stuff in my club as well, so I didn't even really have to buy anything for it. I flicked through and showed you guys the prices. And he was an absolute steal. One of the better FUTMAS SBCs. In fact, to be honest with you, with this being way into the future and me like having done other stuff off camera that I'm going to show you guys in the next couple of days over the Christmas period, we'll have like a video hopefully every other day. I'm a little bit ahead of you guys as I'm commentating over the top of this, and now that they have started to pick up the quality of the FUTMAS SBCs, but one of the only ones originally that was absolutely banging was the Roberto Firmino one, and I actually traded in my Roberto Firmino to do it. 360 games he played him, 208 goals, 121 assists, almost 1 goals per game from Cam being a sub and being a striker. Just an unreal card, and I was a little bit hesitant to trade them in, but I thought what we'd do is we take the power of our Firmino and we'd embody it in the power of our new FUTMAS Firmino that we're about to get, because I mean, I can tell you guys, spoilers, he's really, really, really good. The FUTMAS Firmino is, I really like him. He's one of the only ones that was actually worth doing from like the initial first few. They've now started bringing out ones like the Lukaku and the Arias, where you can trade in a red FUT Champs card and a load of crap and just get one for free. And they've had some sort of middle tier ones. I suppose Torreira is quite good actually as well, to be fair. But they've had more middle tier ones where you can pick them up for like 40, 50k, and they've been really, really good. But anyway, I'm flicking through and showing you guys the prices that I bought some of this stuff for. Some of it is cheaper than it currently is now, and then other stuff was like ridiculously priced like that. Handanovic rocketed up. I got him quite cheap. He was about 30k before this, and Immobile was like 22k, and then he went up to 28 because of this SBC. Handanovic at one point was like 50k, which was mad. But I couldn't not do, like, even this thing cost 250k. I think it ended up costing me about 160, 170. If you really want to go through and add up the prices, I mean, if you use Firmino's actual price I paid for him, which is like 90k, then he's going to cost a fortune. But I think he dropped down to about 25 when this one come out. So I think it cost me about 150 to 200k, probably also 170k. I absolutely love Firmino on this game. I couldn't not do it. He's just sick. He's just so good. It's an 88 rated Firmino, and we have to go and get him. That is essentially, that's as simple as it goes, to be honest with you. I can give you guys a little bit of a spoiler actually, and we'll have a look at how many games he's played for me so far and how many goals he's got this FUT Champs. 7 games, 5 goals and an assist from Cam. What more can you ask for? Centre Cam, banging in the goals, getting the assists, absolutely laughing in my FUT Champs this week. Now, I'm not going to show you the squad I've been using or anything like that because I can't, at this point in this video, you guys are about to see the biggest problem with doing loads and loads and loads and loads of investing is that you can't actually get the players because you're unassigned. It just goes, but once you get past 50 things unassigned, it just goes bonkers and there is no logic to it at all. As you guys, I mean, I'm going to show you guys me selling the stuff and things like that, so you will see it. But if we jump into here, look, he's just not there. The De Vrij's there because we just traded in a De Vrij. We invested in a crap load of De Vrij, but Firmino isn't, which is very, very frustrating. So we couldn't actually get access, and neither Zachariah because he'd done in him as well. Neither of them were there. It's just full of just random crap, and it's just completely random what it then puts in. So I've only got 49 items there, obviously, because we just sent the De Vrij to the club. It's just completely bonkers which one it puts in. It's totally random. Anyway, we started selling some of this stuff. I managed to sell on... The first things I actually sold out of everything was Falcao's. I managed to sell one of them on for like 21,000 or something like that, but then the next day he was down to 20 and I was listing them up. Savage, fair play to Flair, this was actually a good investment. 7,700 we were getting for him, buying him for 5,900, and we just literally at this point, it'd been about a week since I bought them all. Like, this is how I had a couple of the videos like backed up and we've uploaded them in like the last 6 days, and obviously I did this all yesterday, so it was about 5 or 6 days, maybe 7 days of me doing all the investing. But basically, this stuff had been sat on my trade pile for a while. I couldn't get to my Firmino to make my new FUT Champs squad, which I'll show you guys in tomorrow's video. Oh, well, I say tomorrow's, it's not tomorrow's anymore. In a couple of days, maybe Christmas Eve or something like that, I'll show you guys my new squad. But basically, I couldn't get to my Firmino, I couldn't get him to appear. And you can also see I've got 14 packs chilling in my reward section as well, which was from me. I had to claim my FUT Champs rewards so that I could qualify for FUT Champs using the tokens from it, but I couldn't actually open my FUT Champs rewards because you can't go onto the store when you've got unassigned stuff. It just tells you got items to deal. So absolutely meh. Yeah, anyway, we started off by selling the stuff that made profit, like the Savage, the Payets, the Falcao's, things like that. We then did have to take a massive L and sell all these Zebras at a loss just to get some trade pile space to be able to sell some of the stuff and dig the stuff out of my unassigned, because like I said, it's just totally random what it shows you. Like, I know that I invested in Koke and Saul and Iniesta and they're all up in price loads, but I can't get them to actually show up in my unassigned to be able to sell them. So in order to do that, I need to create space on my transfer list, which means I need to sell stuff, which we're doing, and we're selling the Ibras, and then every time we get some more space, we can list stuff up that we've got in our club, like the Koke, for example. We're picking them up for 13k, we sell them on for 15. We've made like 10%. It's not massive, but it's pretty decent. Matic, picked them up for 16k. We're going to sell him on for 19, which is very, very nice. Made like 20% there, maybe not. No, not quite. Maybe like 15. But decent little bit of profits. Diego Costa, we were picking up, I believe, for, if I could actually, come on Andy, this is the problem with commentating over footage. I don't think when I'm actually recording this about being able to commentate over it. Picked him up for like 11k, he sold on for 13k. Again, decent little bit of profit, nothing absolutely major. We had some Kadiras that we sold. Basically, all we're trying to do is get stuff off of our unassigned, get stuff off of our trade pile. But when, this was an annoying one, when the FUTMAS Lacazette come out, I thought people were going to go mental for it. I bought a crap load of Ozil, so then there's more money being spent. Haven't sold stuff and everything. Like, I think we sold some Fernandinhos from ages ago that we were trying to list, and as you can see, mad random stuff just starts appearing in my unassigned, and this is the big problem with having an unassigned filled with random stuff. You've got to sell stuff to get other stuff to appear, and it's very, very frustrating because I'm making good. That's like 3k, obviously minus tax, that we've made on Edison. But in order to actually get to the Edison, we need to sell all of the other stuff. So I didn't like that we were selling Ibra at a loss, but it had to be done to get to this other stuff whilst it's still up in price and being able to make the coins. I dug a Muller out of my unassigned, which you guys didn't see before. We must have sent it to the club to get some different stuff to appear. We sold them on for like 2k more after profit. After tax, we probably made like 1,000 coins, if that. And then it was again just a case we needed space to get stuff to appear because all that was popping up was Kolarov and Bender. I thought this was such a surefire investment, and it just wasn't at all. Like, we were selling them at like 400, 500, 600 coins under what we bought them for, which is really, really, really annoying. But when you then get Kokes to appear, you can sell them for a couple of K more than you bought them for. And then when we list this one, instantly another one pops up out of our unassigned and we get more co-Ks. So it's just a case of getting the stuff to come out. And I still actually haven't got a completely free unassigned section. I'm almost there, and one of the videos over the next weekish or something like that is going to be a massive pack opening basically. And if we can pack something sick from them new road to the final cards for the Europa League and the Champions League, we'll be balling in the coins. But for now, it's just been look like that. There was nothing in it. It was just Colorado Benders, and then we've got a Diego Costa pop up and a Brahimi pop up. It's so frustrating how it works, and it's even more frustrating that it doesn't always bring the like if it's not a duplicate. Like obviously Diego Costa wasn't a duplicate before, but he didn't show up as a non-duplicate. He's too busy buried somewhere and just not working properly. And then eventually they're going to be like, oh, he's not a duplicate. And see, look, Saul, he's been not a duplicate for this whole bloody time, but it's only just bothered to show me him now. Yeah, that's the problem with it. But if you can, I think the biggest problem potentially with me, I absolutely love investing, and it's one of the most fun parts of this series, doing stuff for me, is just trying to play the market basically and just have a bit of fun. Like playing FIFAs can be fun, but when we come back in, you guys are going to see we were buying them Iniestas for 23k. Remember I said before, wait till you see how much they were selling for. It got absolutely proper stupid. I think for me, trying to make coins and playing the markets and sort of the risk factor of it is one of the most fun parts of doing a Road to Glory this year. Last year I didn't really do any of this stuff, I just steered clear of it, but it's actually been really good fun. Like we made like 500,000 coins on Black Friday, which is pretty sick. And it's, like I said, one of the most fun aspects of it. But one of the things that is, look at the price. Look at the price. We sold them for 31,000 nearly after getting them for just under 23. So like 8k profit from Iniestas, and I bought quite a few of them, which was sick. So that was making up for like the Ibras and stuff like that. Yeah, the problem with it is I really enjoy the investment and the gambling sort of side of it and hoping stuff goes up this year, but I'm not quite super experienced in it yet. This is only like my first year. Like last year I wasn't doing it at all. So I'm trying to spread my risk and buy some 86s and buy some 82s and buy some informs, buy some blue cards and buy a little bit of everything, and like most of it will go up and some of it will go down, but it'll balance out and I'll make a bit of profit overall, and maybe it'll be like 20% or something like that. Whereas if I just went full on Iniestas, I'd have made a crap load of coins. So, but I suppose we wouldn't. We definitely, no, maybe we've made 10%. So I've invested 2 mil, so we might have made 200k. Whereas if they invested 2 mil into Iniesta, I'd have 3 mil. So that's the problem with it, is that I'm a little bit. See, there's another one. We've got loads of them. The problem with it is that I'm a little bit risk averse at the moment. If I'd have just gone all in on Iniesta, on Muller, on Saul and stuff didn't go up that much, but if I'd have gone all in on like the higher rated ones, because all people are doing with these squads is whacking Iniesta in and a crap load of 84s to make an 85 rated squad. That's what people are doing, and that's why he's gone up so much, because there's a limited supply of them. But I didn't know that, because I'm a bit of a noob. And even if I did know that, I probably still would have spread my risk about, and I still wouldn't have made a crap load of coins. But you live and you learn, and eventually, once you've sold all your stuff, you do finally get your Firmino back, which is absolutely brilliant. And we can then actually go in and build a team around them and stuff like that, which is very, very nice. So we eventually did, as you guys seen, the Koke started popping up the Iniestas and stuff. We eventually got down to the point where we didn't have any more Benders and Kolarovs to pop up, so only new stuff could pop up, and we got our Zachariah out, and then our Foot Champs Red Pick comes out, which I'm going to tease you guys and make you wait to see. But basically, we're back up to 1.6 mil. We've still got a crap load of stuff to sell, both on my trade pile and on my unassigned and in my club. So God knows if I valued it or what we could actually get to. Easily over 2 mil. We had 1.9 liquid as the most I had at one point, but we sold and reinvested and stuff like that. But I think we could get to maybe 2.1, 2.2, something like that. You can see there's crap loads of stuff still in there. There's crap loads of stuff still on my trade pile, which is pretty ridiculous. But it's been an interesting few days. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Like I said, a lot more of you seem to be following along with the series now that it isn't such an investment, a time investment in every single day, a half an hour, 20-minute episode to keep up with what's going on. So I hope you guys are enjoying it still. I am quite enjoying still. I'm still enjoying doing it quite a lot, to be honest with you. We just need to get back into the rhythm, and after Christmas and stuff, we'll have some more of them. But for now, it was nice to catch up with you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode anyway, and I'll see you in a couple of days.